This video is brought to you by Sim Racing Center. Today, we're going to be showing you the fastest way around the brand new Portimao Circuit, recently added to the F1 22 game. This is such a fun track to drive. It rises and falls all over the place, but can be very tricky to get right. You want to really throw it into the first corner, dropping it down to fifth and using all the track available to you, but being careful not to invalidate your lap time on the outside of the corners. Into third through turn 3 and then upshifting early into fourth through the left-hander. Now heading down this straight, DRS is activated. Get the car over to the right-hand side, brake after the 100-meter board, up into third gear and then short shift into fourth on exit. Get the car over to the left-hand side and you just want to lift off ever so slightly through the right-hander. Keep it in a straight line under braking as you head down in towards the tricky turn 8. The car can be very unsettled at that corner, so it is vital to make sure you don't get on the power too early into this right-hander. This is again another tricky corner. It's hard to spot your apex. You want to go early but avoid it. Go as late as you possibly can to maximize the exit off it. Get the car over to the right and then don't go too close on the apex on the left-hand side through there. A little snap on the exit of the corner. But now you head through the final proper corner, up into fifth, up into sixth, and then it's flat out all the way through the next section. Come race day or in a wet qualifying session or in a wet session, it's very important not to go flat out through that last corner as it's very easy to unsettle the car. But let's take a little look at the hot lap once again, this time breaking it down even further. So this is going to be your braking point for the first corner, braking after the 100-meter board, then really throw it through the right-hander down into fifth gear and use all of the track on the left-hand side. Get the car back over to the left-hander side, and this is where you're going to be braking for turn 3. Hard on the brakes into this corner. You want to be using the lines on track. So you can see the line just ahead of you. You want to be using that as your brake marker reference. Into third gear, using all the curb on the inside, short shift to fourth, and then short shift again to fifth as you rise over the crest through the left-hander. DRS open, then get the car over to the right and braking hard after the 100-meter board. Heading down into this next left-hander. You want to be getting the car down into third gear into this corner. Really attack the inside of the corner. Third gear, then short shift to fourth. Again, because you're rising uphill and it's very easy to unsettle the car. Get the car over to the left and then lift off the throttle just a little bit. And then as soon as you have the car in a straight line over on the left hand side using all the track to your advantage, then you get onto the brakes into this tricky turn 8 corner, short shifting from fourth up into fifth on the exit through here, and then rise as you rise up through the left-hander once again. Get the car over to the left and you want to be using this Visit Portugal sign as your braking reference for this corner. Don't want to go hard on the brakes, just want to be giving yourself enough stopping power to get the car slowed down for the right-hander. Get the car back over to the right now for this next corner coming up. Use the white line that is just ahead of you as the brake marker reference. Get the car over to the left. Don't make the apex completely as you will lose time. Don't do that. Don't lose the back end off the throttle, but get the car over to the left-hand side of the track, braking before the grass ends there on the left-hand side. Keep it in fourth gear and then all the way on the throttle through the last section of corners. This is easy flat out on race day, but keep the car over to the right-hand side for the shortest run to the line in qualifying. And that is going to do for the hot lap. But before we get into the setup, let's have a little word on our sponsors, Sim Racing Center. Sim Racing Center offers the best and latest F1 22 league racing setups to make sure your car is running as fast as it can. Combined with the race preparations they sell, which shows tyre, data, the best strategy, and a lot more to ensure you will slap the competition and be on top of your game. With these products, all you need to do is focus on your driving. If that's something you struggle with though, get a one-to-one coaching session with esports or esport academy drivers. Sim Racing Center also offers race engineers like you have seen on the league racing series that I run on this channel, who will help you live during the race with your best strategy. Now, this is project company that I use for all of my setups. When it comes to setting up the car, I'm absolutely clueless. So these guys point me in the right direction to go as fast as I possibly can. And if you want to stay up to date with the best setups, make sure you use the code Hayden at checkout for 10% off. Let's take a look at the setup then for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And this is what you're going to be wanting to run on the aero: 21 on the front wing and 26 on the rear wing. On the transmission, we're going 60 on the on throttle, 51 on the off throttle to help yourself with traction out of the corners. As always with the camber, front is going to be all the way to the right, and as always with the toe, it's always going to be to the left on the front and rear toe and the front camber. This is what we're going to be running for the suspension though, so it's going to be 10-1 on the suspension, 10-1 again on the anti-roll bar, and then 7-4 on the ride height. Moving over to the brakes, nothing changes here across all the circuits. 100% on the brake pressure, 50% on the front brake bias. And then looking at the tires, we're going for the 22.8 on the fronts and 21.3. These are the newer tire pressures since the update. You want to go lower on the tire pressures, as that is going to help you to minimize how much you overheat the tires, and it's going to help you in the races as well. This is a brand new circuit, so do go check out Sim Racing Center to keep up to date with the meta and the best setups around this track. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy this sort of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and use the code Hayden for 10% off over at Sim Racing Center. But until the next time, guys, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.